These guys weren't just lucky, they were lucky enough to date a princess. Here are 10 romance anime where the princess falls in love with the commoner. Let's go. Number 10, Dog Days.
っていうか耳尻尾
はじめまして。召喚に答えてくださった勇者様でいらっしゃいますね。
勇者
Yeah, we're starting with man's best friend, but in this anime, the man's best friend is a man. Yeah, that's right. This is about a nation full of people who look like dogs, or dogs who look like people. There's no difference. But what happens when a poor guy from Earth gets dragged into protecting a princess?
じゃあ姫様の召喚に応じてみんなをしょんぼりさせないように勇者シンク頑張ります。
ありがとうございます。
This whole story is about dog-like people fighting with other people who resemble other animals closely. And even though it won't give you anything special, it will fill up your heart with some heartwarming romance, fan service, and a bunch of dog-like people doing non-dog-like attacks. Some of the plot elements are similar to your average isekai fantasy, but hey, I'm sure you're used to that kind of surprise by now. Number 9, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom.
理由はわからないけど、疲れた時ぐらい私に甘えてよ。
ごめん。ありがとう。
どういたしまして。
Once again, we have a guy from our world getting transported to a fantasy world, but what's the difference? This time, our guy loves politics and he becomes the king. Yeah, it's that easy. The king straight up goes and says, "Here's the crown, bro, and here's my daughter too," and then leaves off to live happily with the queen.
私は姉上と相馬殿が作る帝国を見てみたいのです。ダメに決まってるでしょ。相馬は私にとって。
Even though this is a romance show, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom focuses heavily on politics. It doesn't go to the levels of a show like The Legend of the Galactic Heroes, but politics are the main drive of this show. Think of it like playing a Civilization game on easy mode, but in Civilization games you don't get girls. Here, our guy gets more than what he asks for. Number 8, Familiar of Zero.
何する気だよ。
いいからじっとしてなさい。
ちょっとなおいいやちょっとなおいちょ
Oh, I've talked about this so much, you must remember the plot more than your English essay by now. Familiar of Zero starts when Luis summons a familiar from our world named Saito Hiraga. Saito was just an average high schooler who needs to live a normal life, but that soon becomes a dream as he now needs to serve Luis and even save her from embarrassing moments.
ちょっとばかり可愛いから遠慮してたけどこうなれ力ずくで。わかるわ。今わかるわって言ったか。
Yep, this is your average love drama between a tsundere with anger management issues. But if you feel that way, I recommend watching till season 2 at least. The final episodes of season 2 is where the emotional drama kicks in. There are both silly and serious moments in the show, and that is what will make it such an enjoyable ride. Oh, and the queen is the best girl. Come at me with all you got. Number 7, the magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady.
ほら、じっとして。 何よ。
If that long title didn't give you the basic synopsis of the show, then I don't know what will. But if you still need to learn the long version, this is about a princess who has magic that relates to memories, Eren Yeager style, and a noble woman who gets kicked out from her titles. The two meet and decide to help each other by researching magic.
そしてできればユフィリア城にも好きになってもらえたらなって。マガクをですよね。
That's right, this is some nice Yuri in a magic lab. Even though it isn't groundbreaking in terms of plot, it still has those emotional, heartwarming moments that touch on each character's past and gives them a nice character arc. If you want to watch a nice Yuri romance anime while eating a box of chocolates and sitting on your couch, then this is the show for you. In an era where isekai gets spammed left and right, we need to protect gems like these. Number 6, Princess Lover.
あ、ごめん気づかなくて。あまりこういうの慣れてないから。
眠ってる女の子の胸を触るのは慣れてるのに。
わざとじゃないんだよ。たまたまグーって。
From the title itself, you can tell a princess is involved in this. Now, don't mix up the original anime with the OVA, because the original anime is about one guy saving a damsel in distress and getting dragged into a whole new mess, while the OVA is not something very wholesome. Compared to other anime of this genre, Princess Lover has a great premise that, once again, starts with the guy landing on the wrong place at the wrong time. But this time, he's lucky enough the situation involves a princess.
アレンジだ。なんで怒ってるの？シルビー。
君が俺の上に乗ってるからだよ。
お馬さんみたいで楽しいわ。
Princess Lover is filled with a lot of cliches too, a lot of dumb moments, but a lot of wholesome looking moments too. The main character may talk like an idiot, but he gets his moments to shine, and overall this is a fun adventure filled romance anime that you should look out for. Number 5, The Pilot's Love Song.
門限帰らなきゃ。
もしかして君の家ってバンビール地区？じゃあ送っていこうか。途中で暗くなっちゃうと不用心だし。
How about a romance anime with World War II biplanes and pilots? You heard that right. Just like the name implies, this anime is all about a pilot's life. The anime follows Khalil Albus, who is sent to an island to uncover a hidden mystery. There, he joins the Academy's aerial division because this guy badly wants to drive some planes. This is where he meets the princess and then starts to fall in love.
抱きしめてくれてありがとう。
Even though this involves a ton of planes, it has romance in it too. Come on, when was the last time you got pilots in your romance anime? I also feel like the story could have achieved more in terms of drama, but apart from that, Pilot's Love Song knows how to execute a love story everyone can fall in love with. Number 4, Shuffle.
ねえ、どっちがいいかな？
そんなに食べるんならやっぱり2パックいるんじゃないかと。
やっぱり？よーし、このパックを2つでいっちゃおう。
Who wants to see their daughter of the gods and the daughter of the demons fall in love with the guy who wants to live a normal life? I do. And even though the main attraction of this show is the tsundere, the two daughters are the ones who mainly fall in love with their main character. Now you might say, wait, back up. Did you say daughter of the gods and demons? Yeah, you heard that right. This is anime, so eat it up and watch it.
少しでもお話ができて嬉しかったです。
またさっきの歌が聴けるといいな。
機会があれば、それではまたお会いできる時を楽しみにしています、リン様。
Our main two love interests are the daughter of the gods Sia and the daughter of the demons Noreen. But it turns out none of these girls are crazy enough. The one you should look out for is the childhood friend. But funnily enough, she's the person who makes the show interesting to watch. Number 3, Arte.
本当に私が工房に？後でやっぱなしとかダメですよ。約束しましたからね。絶対ですよ。
うるせえ。静かにしないと取りやめるぞ。
Time for an anime about art. Arte is the daughter of a French nobleman who is doomed to be married. I'm saying doomed because if she gets married, she'll have to eventually give up on her passion, drawing. In her search for a way to escape, she meets Leo, another artist who takes Arte as her apprentice.
胸が急に痛くて。
病院行くか。
行った方がいいかもしれません。なんだろうこれ。
The difference between this anime and many others in this list is how Arte tells this story from the rich girl's perspective. And just as you guessed it, she falls in love with Leo and now needs to choose whether to give up her passion for love or love for passion. Number 2, Tada never falls in love.
どこに行くんだ？送るから。
銀座だと思います。
You guessed it right. Our boy Tada does fall in love. Tada is just an average photographer who was lucky enough to get a chance to photograph a princess. And turns out the love brought him more troubles than what he asked for. The entire anime is about how Tada and this princess called Teresa grow closer together and realize they have a lot in common.
あのさ。
はい。
ついてるぞ。芋虫。
Does this mean you should be a photographer hoping you'll randomly capture the photo of a princess someday? I don't know. But a wholesome and heartwarming love story between a princess and a commoner, then this is what you should watch. You've got some cliches here and there, but that doesn't stop this show from giving you an ending that you'll love. Just make sure to watch till the end credits. Number 1, Yona of the Dawn.
ちょっと待てってヨナ姫。
ハクは私のこと姫って呼んで。
Yona of the Dawn follows Princess Yona, who, after a betrayal by his own kin, is forced to escape the kingdom with his childhood friend and bodyguard Sun Hak. Being raised as a princess among the luxuries, Yona never really realized the real struggles of the people, and the anime shows how she develops over time. But where does the romance come in? That's when she starts to fall in love with her childhood friend.
落ち着いて。二人で支えますから。
姫様の重みで間もなく白は絶命。
張り倒すわよ。
This is based on one of the most popular mangas of all time, and if you watch the first few episodes of the anime, you'll see why. Yona goes from a damsel in distress to a badass princess, and Sun Hak goes through his own character arc until he finally falls for the princess. If you need a medieval love story done right, then give this one a go.